Last week we started a mini series within the Crochet for Knitters series, and I showed you how to work a crocheted scalloped edge to add to your knitted pieces. And like I said last week, if you get nothing else out of this series, I think crocheted edgings are the most useful part of combining crochet and knitting together. This week I'm going to show you how to do a picot edging, which is definitely the frilliest and girliest of my favorite crocheted edgings. There are a lot of them out there that can get really complicated. The ones that I'm showing you are the ones that I like the best because they're simple and you get a lot of bang for your buck as far as impact goes with the way that it looks on the finished piece. Let's go ahead and take a look. Here's a finished picot edging. It's very pretty, and last week you can see the difference. These two knitted pieces are identical, and you can see how different the pieces are when you add the different edgings to it. And I'll give you a link if you didn't see the scalloped edge video. I'll give you a link to that one, but this is the picot edge we're working on this time. Let me go ahead and show you how it's done. The stitch that we have in the middle on all the pieces is what I call a long moss stitch, and I'll give you instructions for that in the video description below. And to work this edging, I'm going to start here in the bind off row. I'm going to go under both legs of one of the V and pull up a loop and then chain one, and that's going to count as my first single crochet stitch. And then I'm going to work a single crochet into the following stitch. So I go under both legs of the V, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, grab the yarn, pull through both. And if you need a slower review of the single crochet stitch, I'll give you a link right here. Okay, this is where the picot starts. I'm going to chain 3, and you take a look at those chain stitches and they look like knit stitches, they look like V's. We're going to stab into the left leg of the first chain stitch, the bottom one. Stab into there, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, grab the yarn, pull through both. Okay, then I skip the next stitch on the knitted piece, and I'm going to work a single crochet into the following stitch and a single crochet into the one after that. And now once again I chain 3, stab into the left leg of the first chain, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, grab the yarn, pull through both. Skip the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the 2 following stitches, chain 3, stab into the first chain, whoops. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. You see the fancy little edge there. So one more thing I want to show you is I've been chaining 3 for a bigger, loopier, maybe even frillier look. You can chain 5, and then the rest of it is just the same. You can see the difference between, this is all very bulky of course, you can see the difference between chain 3 and chain 5. You have a much bigger picot edge. Now, in this example, I am using the same weight of yarn in the knitted piece and in the edging, and I'm using a crochet hook that is the same size as the knitting needle I used to knit this. So the gauge works out well for this combination. If you're going to use a lighter yarn or a heavier yarn or a different size crochet hook, your gauge might not work out like this, but it's so easy to figure out. All you have to do is work up a few stitches like I have here, and if you find that your knitted work is bunching, you're probably going to need to spread out your edging a bit more, or if you find that this is bunching, you're going, well, did I just get that backwards? If the knitted work is bunching, you want to spread out the knitted work a bit more, and if this is bunching, you want to spread the edging out a bit more. Regardless, it's so easy to just work up a little bit, see if it's lying flat. If it's not, look at how easy it is to undo it. Just recover 1 loop, and then instead of skipping 1, you might find it's necessary to skip 2 to spread out the edging a little bit, etc. And then also, these crocheted edgings are so easy and forgiving with just one loop like that, because you can, you might find that the number of stitches you have in your knitted work doesn't match up to the multiple of the edging. And really all that takes is a little bit of fudging to skip an extra stitch or two somewhere along the edge to get it so that it works out and it looks even when it's done. Now, no one else in the world would probably notice this, but I happen to know that I fudged one right here. I worked an extra stitch in right here to make it so that my count was right going all the way around. And this is the back of the picot stitch. It's also very pretty, actually kind of more rugged looking. And that's it, a simple picot edging. I'm working on next week's video right now, and you're not going to want to miss it. You should probably subscribe to make sure that you don't.